Always buzzing and exuberant, Split is Croatia's second largest city, has just the right balance of tradition and modernity. The perfect place to see Dalmatian life as it's really lived. Split, seaport, resort, and chief city of Dalmatia, southern Croatia. It is situated on a peninsula and in the Adriatic Sea with a deep sheltered harbor on the south side. A major commercial and transportation center, the city is best known for the ruins of the Palace of Diocletian, built 295 to 305 CE, collectively with the historical royal residences, fortifications, and churches in the city. The palace was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979. Split is the second largest city in Croatia after Zagreb and is a major transportation hub. But is Split worth it? Most definitely. There's so much to do in Split. You can indulge your inner historian while exploring the UNESCO World Heritage listed Diocletian's Palace or checking out the Salona ruins. You can try chase adrenaline and go rock climbing or night stand-up paddling boarding. As for day trips, Split has most extensive options in Croatia, from gorgeous national parks to interesting cities, from tiny fishing villages to spectacular islands. You'll find something perfect for you near Split. So come with me on a journey to explore Split, this wonderful, historic, and beautiful Croatian city. The Palace of Diocletian, ancient Roman palace built between 295 and 305 CE at Split by the Emperor Diocletian as his place of retirement. He renounced the imperial crown in 305 and then lived Split until his death in 316. The palace constitutes the main part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site and was designated in 1979. It is the largest and best preserved example of Roman palatial architecture, representing a transitional style half Greek and half Byzantine. It was built as an imperial city palace and a sea fortress, as well as a country house of vast proportions and magnificence, covering an area of 7 acres 3 hectares. The north-south walls extended 700 feet 215 meters, with walls measuring 7 feet 2 meters thick and 72 feet 22 meters high on the Adriatic side and 60 feet 18 meters high on the north. There were 16 towers, of which 3 remain, and 4 gates: Porta Aurea, Golden Gate in the north, Porta Argentea, Silver Gate in the east, Porta Ferrera, Iron Gate in the west, and Porta Aenea, Bronze Gate in the south. The roughly rectangular ground plan was like that of a Roman military camp, that is, with 4 arcade avenue 36 feet 11 meters wide meeting in the middle. Guards, slaves, and household servants were accommodated in the northern quadrants, the imperial apartments. The whole complex occupied around 30,000 square meters. Today, these ruins lie in the heart of the city of Split in Croatia. The ancient fortress has become the old town of Split, with numerous shops, cafes, restaurants, and also apartments located in the old buildings on narrow streets of the palace fortress. Around 3,000 people live in the territory of Diocletian's palace today. Emperor Diocletian had a wish to enter his palace on a ship without leaving the deck. Today, it is hard to imagine that the lower tier of Diocletian's palace once was covered with water, and the ship of the emperor was usually slowly passing between the columns and stopping among the vaulted rooms of the lower tier. The windows in the lower rooms of the palace are located near the ceiling, in case the water would rise, and even during the day the illumination here is weak, uneven. Over time, the sea receded and the emerged around the palace. Not much is left in Split from the era of Diocletian. Only the palace, the remains of walls and gates. The rest of the old city is covered with white stone buildings of different periods and styles. The palace was built from local limestone and white marbles. The palace is a form of an irregular rectangle with numerous towers on the western, northern, and eastern facades. The southern facade has no towers because it was rising directly from the waters of the sea. The design of the palace is a mix of villa and castrum architecture. The emperor's apartments were located on the southern part of the complex along the seaside. Only the foundation of lower floors of these apartments have survived to our days. Diocletian's octagonal mausoleum later was reconstructed into a Christian church, one of the oldest in the world. And 3 temples were also located in the southern part of the palace. One of the temples was later turned into a baptistry. The other 2 were destroyed. On the crossroad of the 2 main roads of the palace, the so-called peristyle is located. The peristyle is a rectangular open court decorated with colonnade and intended to become the heart of the palace, where the most powerful Roman citizens were gathering. The palace had 4 gates. From the Golden Gate on the northern side of the fortress, the road to the town of Solin was starting. The Silver Gate was located in the southern part, the Iron one on the west, and the Bronze Gate was on the south, the seashore. The gate himself, of course, did not survive, but carved stone pillars and arches was used, can still be seen on the place. Here and there in the palace, one can find antiques, including 3,500 years old sphinxes brought to Split from Egypt for the emperor. Nowadays, during the day, you can often hear music in the palace, but in the evening, the palace is particularly attractive. When the night falls, the marble and granite columns topped by Corinthian capitals are usually illuminated by colorful garlands, and the interior of the palace are becoming a beautiful scene where actors in Roman togas are performing with their solemn voices echoing under the arches of this ancient palace. Gregory is deep bronze in color, apart from one of his big toes, which has turned golden by decades of constant rubbing. Croatians are taught from an early age that rubbing Gregory's big toe will grant them their wish, and he has been credited with births, weddings, and riches. Each day, hundreds of people stop to rub the toe before entering through the Golden Gate into the walled enclosure of the city. The city's harbor and port, combined with its central position on the Adriatic coast and its good rail and road connections to the northern parts of the country, have made it important commercially. There is a large shipyard, and plastic, chemicals, aluminum, and cement are produced. Several island ferries depart from Split, and the city has an international airport. Split worth visiting. Split is absolutely worth visiting, not only in Split, but its beautiful coastal town with many things to do, from exploring historical sites to taking day trips. Split is an amazing place to visit. Split is centrally located in Croatia. It means it is easy to visit other places such as Dubrovnik, Plitvice Lake, the Karkar, Hvar, Ogir, a day trip to Mostar, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and a lot more. Me, I went to Plitvice Lake National Park, and after that to Zagreb, the capital city of Croatia.